This video is going to supplement the Media Relations learning module. One topic that we'll discuss is the hot issue of student athletes and social media, and particularly their use of social media. And so I'm going to introduce a few different viewpoints. One is from the coach's standpoint. There have been many examples of coaches actually banning the use of Twitter or Instagram for their particular program. This can be seen in programs such as the University of Louisville men's basketball team. In fact, Coach Rick Pitino has said outspokenly that social media is poison for the student athlete. University of Connecticut women's basketball program actually has curtailed their use of social media, and I know that there are other Olympic programs who do not use social media. We just don't hear about them as often as we do with more high-profile sports like football and men's basketball. From a coach's standpoint, some of the rationale that's been reflected is that student athletes' lives and their day-to-day is controlled to a certain element, and that's just the nature of intercollegiate athletics. They're told where they need to be, where they need to go, what they need to do, what they need to eat, and simply banning social media is another guideline or rule that their team is going to implement. So just another policy that they have to abide by. It also helps protect that coach or that program from any negative media attention that can come from a post that goes viral from a student athlete. From a more legal perspective, though, a general counsel might say that this actually takes away the First Amendment right of a student athlete. And while this has not been defended in an actual court of law yet, it is something that is very controversial in terms of this issue of taking away the First Amendment right by not allowing student athletes to express their opinion or simply communicate on that platform. In terms of higher education standpoint, one of the missions of higher ed is to help develop students, their identity and their thought process, their resilience, to discover and explore and also face positive or negative consequences for their actions. And by not allowing them to experiment and put themselves out there, we might be taking away some of that goal or that pursuit that higher education is in place for in terms of the student development side. A lot of athletic departments will be proactive in nature and have actual student athlete development programming or events that are centered around social media, best use. For example, UNLV had a prolific lawyer come in and demonstrate the severity of the situation by showing other tweets from student athletes at other institutions and things that they've said that have potentially come back to hurt them, such as a student athlete complaining about their playing time and the coach deciding to dismiss them from the team because of that. And not only will you have training for student athletes, but also for our athletic department staff and administrators as well to help educate them on best practices and how to guide their student athletes and what to be aware of. Also, compliance offices actually employ certain software that will flag different posts, words, images that could be controversial, and that is one mechanism of monitoring their student athletes and what they're putting out there. So these are just some of the viewpoints on social media and the very hot topic of student athletes using this particular platform.